Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today, trying to figure stuff out. Hopefully the loading screen was good. Hey! Welcome in Alyssa, welcome in Orisk, how's it going? Yes, inking the presses. Hopefully that worked. I was thinking it was going to be a 3-minute one to disable pre-rolls for an hour, but we're making it work. How's everyone doing? Oh, hey! Welcome in Noodles. Thank you much. Wow, this is, brain is... Whoa! Oh! Thank you for the subscription! Oh my god, thank you for the subscription as well, Alyssa! Woohoo! Much appreciated. Wow! Yes, sorry, my brain is, like, not at all functional right now. But yeah, so... Why are you getting ads, eh? Wait, what? Hold up. Okay, see, this is our learning process. So, I've got it set so that subscribers should not get ads. It should also... Pre-roll should be disabled right now, so... Okay. So, hold on. We're gonna chill a bit, we're gonna talk about this. This is me learning, I apologize for any hiccups. We are figuring things out. We do have... Okay, you're back? So ads should be disabled for subscribers. It also, pre-roll should have been disabled by running a 1-minute ad when we started. Oh, I wonder if there was a delay on sending the ad or something. It's basically the hope. I want to do it so that starting soon screen gives folks a little time to trickle in. We can run an ad to disable some pre-rolls while I'm grabbing water and all that good stuff. Gives everyone a little time to ease in. So, we're figuring it out. Thank you. Hopefully we can figure out all of that will run more smoothly. But hey, good morning folks. We are starting off with a little Jump King warming up. Nice little comfort game. Get eased right on into it. And I apologize. Do want to get some more emotes in there. I tried to make sure we had a loading screen. And we've got some of Pug's emotes right now, which is fantastic. You do indeed have an actual badge, which is super cool. Dun dun dun! First ever subscriber. Hell yeah. Whoa, there's a secret. There's some books on the shelf. Huzzah! Winning at equivalent exchange. See? All equivalent exchange. Oh, Taming Dragons. I love the Johan OK on the black background of this screen. Sing along, curse alongs. What? Oh my god, curse rhyming books? Hell yes. Would love that. But yeah, so we've got some of Pug's emotes. Oh my god, are there all of these? Twitch is in dark mode. I just see 2 eyes staring into the abyss. Hell yes. Perfect. Little Book of Secrets. As at least for me on Twitch dark mode, the black is a slightly lighter one. I can kind of see it, but might mess around lightening up if Pug is okay with that kind of modification on it. You will figure things out. So yeah, we've got emotes. We do have channel points, which does include things like hydration and whatnot. We will basically anything, if there's emotes that you want to see, if there are channel point rewards that folks want to do, let me know. We will talk about them. We've got the suggestions channel. For you, the dark is the exact same as the emote. Okay. Yeah. We are figuring some of this out. Waha. Hydrate more ink. Yes, indeed. We will add more ink to the ink blob, and the meat suit is going to take a sip of water. Well, hey. I can indeed drink water. It's very good. So see, we're figuring it... We may be figuring out Twitch. Apparently we aren't figuring out that that's literally just walking off the side of the... What? Oh hey, there's secrets on the left side. Maybe there's secrets on the right. Genius. Oh hey. And lovely. Lovely, Fabs PT 1992. Wow, cheap viewers. Yo! New favorite channel point reward? Huzzah, I'm glad. Don't need those anymore, we're affiliated. Hell yeah. That is going to take some genuine getting used to. But awesome. Oh, look at us cruise. Look at us cruising. Yeah, so we will continue to figure out all of those little silly things that streamers do, make it a better and better experience, and just keep on having fun like we normally do, but plus. You're buying cheap viewers for so many months, we finally got there. Exactly. Now again, that's, we don't have the cheap viewers, we have the best cheap viewers, right? That's what we get at Johan Plays Things. The best viewers in chat. Hell yeah. But yeah, so day is going to be pretty much like every other day, pretty standard. Just gonna be trucking along kind of like nothing's happened by and large. You're Dutch, cheapest viewer you'll get. Secretly figured out some way to game the Twitch subscription system. Fancy perks of being Dutch, obviously. But yeah, awesome. So yeah, we're just gonna roll like normal. Way. And while rolling like normal, yeah, learn as we go. Use my credit card, hope you don't mind. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, isn't that basically like 90% of subs, it feels like, on some of the larger streamers do some sort of gift sub punishment for a thing, and then bada bing bada boom, you're making slightly less than half your money back on your own subscribers. All part of the fun. Oh, I was considering just sending it as a like late night Discord thought. I haven't done many of those, so I was like, is this a thing that I should share? But I had anyone here familiar with oh, well, it's not fair to ask if people are familiar with a historical figure that I can't even remember the name of. Duke of Urbino. I mean, really just in general, like Renaissance Italian mercenaries. I think it's a way to get people addicted to being subbed, give it for free once and then let them suffer without it. Honestly, yeah. That does, I assume that is the principle behind it, but I still find it amusing, even if it's a tried and true practice in, you know, drug dealing. But yeah, oh, I can't for the life of me remember his name, but there have been a number. Okay, Renaissance Italian mercenaries were basically, Italy during the Renaissance period was full of city-states, which I think most people are aware of. And once you're subbed to Johan, once you can't go back, you're addicted. Dun dun dun. I mean, currently, I pinned the message so that hopefully everyone is aware. There are currently essentially no extra benefits, so if you're subbing, you are doing it out of your own desire to. We'll keep working on them, but yeah. Hey, welcome in, Pug. How's it going? You may notice we've got the little artist badge because we've got emotes now. Woohoo! Just doing a little Jump King warm up, talking about okay, hold on. I'm looking this up because I genuinely cannot remember. Yeah. Oh. It's two of the emotes. I need to check on them. They said pending, I think, because they didn't like dumb as part of an emote name or something. But yeah. It said something. I gave you the attribution for them, but it said something about you need to confirm it or something. So I don't know if you've got weird notifications about that. That's why. Because you know, I want people to know that, hey, you did cool art for me, and I appreciate it deeply. Phone updated and translator is completely broken, and it's so weird. Wonky. Okay, like the translating web pages into Dutch, or Federico de Montefeltro. That was the name I was looking for. Basically, warfare in Renaissance Italy was a bunch of city-states that did not have standing armies that would pay mercenaries to do their fighting for them. So it was wars of money. By and large, turns out that mercenaries don't like to lose soldiers. It costs money. Hey, welcome in, Lumery. How's it going? How is New Babe Plus going? It is going pretty well. I keep falling, but we're having a fun time. We've made it up. We've made it up to the next chunk, the keep, a couple of times. So we're feeling good. We're having fun. We're cruising. We're in our lane, thriving, moisturized. And yes, we have affiliated. So now we have le emotes. So that's new thing, figuring that out, but still gonna try and keep up the same vibes we always have, just with the added, oh my god, just extra things now. Oh, I know, they're so good for dark mode. That is something, I was just trying to get them uploaded, but, Pug, if it is not, against your original vision, I'm thinking I might add a like small white outline to them, and then re-upload them so that they hopefully work well in both dark and light mode. That's what I'm thinking. I was trying to get it done at like 2 AM last night, and also, again, it's, you know, Pug made them, so I don't like to alter people's art without asking permission. So, alright, I'll try and get that done today. Because yeah, they look super cute. I'm very happy with them. Just make them rainbow colors so you can show you support the gay. Huzzah. An artist? Exactly, yeah. No, this is, we were playing Hollow Knight a while back, and I had mentioned something in the morning about, like, oh man, I really wish I had, like, Johan recording emote, in same style, oh damn, similar style to, I've gotten very used to using a lot of the, like, cute little Genshin chibi emotes, and Pug was like, oh, I have seen a vision, and absolutely nailed it with the clipboard. Yep, exactly. And then, apparently, the ink blob had possessed the spirit of creativity, and you just kept pouring some out. So we've got 5 of them, and we do also have the generic Johan smug, which I'll probably put as like a subscriber emote, because apparently you only get 5 free slots, which I'm like, but what if all emotes free? But you can unlock stuff with channel points, so that makes it a little more. They are all technically free. It just requires time-gated progression. I think the white outline is a reference to when your little character talks in the stream. Yes, exactly. Ooh, big brain. Big brain. Oh god. Oh dear. Oh well. Oh. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. What was I talking about? Oh, sorry. Wrapping up my silly little thought about, Italian mercenaries. So basically, small city-states paying for mercenary armies. Mercenaries don't like losing soldiers. So essentially, most battles during that time were big posturing displays of armies going against each other. And one man, Federico I already forgot his name, but Duke of Urbino, developed such a reputation for not being bribable, which was a very big problem with the mercenary armies, can't imagine why, developed such a reputation for being unbribable, that people started paying him a retainer to not fight against their city. So this man basically just became scary enough that people paid him to not do his job. And I had this as a terrible thought while thinking about affiliation of far in the future when, you know, the rise and fall of Johan has happened. I'm cancelled. What if we changed the YouTube meta instead of running away and hiding? If you get cancelled, you just continue streaming, but set a sub-goal to stop streaming so that if people don't want to see you doing stupid things anymore, they simply have to subscribe. This was a terrible thought and hopefully would not happen. But I don't know. My brain was thinking about, yo, what if we took Renaissance Italian mercenary tactics into the modern day? So there we go, mic drop. Sorry, so I was rambling there, but the most insane and groundbreaking thing is happening in football at the moment. Instead of watching it, you're here in Johan stream. Hell yeah! Also, you know, still go watch the cool football thing. There will always be more Johan. I don't know. Hopefully there will always be more football, but what's going on? What's the cool football thing? Crab Greg. Pull your middle finger, but why? Oh, wait, no, is it not Greg? Oh, it was Bertrand. That was the name of the middle finger, which I find lovely. I'm a big fan of overly fancy names for things that probably should not have them. Well, hey. But yeah, so making good progress. Let me know if there are any suggestions for like channel point rewards or emote ideas that I can mock up. If you couldn't tell from the loading screen, my most standard type of art is more like pixel art style, so, and I'm not the best artist, but I'll happily do my best to execute on some stuff. And ads are something that I'm going to have to be learning how the hell to manage. I think we've got it set up so that it should only run ads manually, so that I can sort of take a brief break when we're switching games and just sort of work that, since that seemed to be what most folks were interested in. And then pre-rolls, because if you aren't running enough manual ads or enough mid-roll ads, they force pre-rolls. If there are ads that are happening at other times, let me know, because I'm paranoid about that because I have heard horror stories, so just want to be aware so that we can try and learn and plan around them. Ooh, just realized you can make an icon for the channel points if you get an idea for what they could be. True, yes. That is something you can do. You can upload for that, as well as the channel point rewards themselves. You can do little icons for. Yeah, I don't know what to call the channel points. I know we talked a little bit a while back about like pens, maybe, or something along those lines, but wasn't sure. I was just like, let's try and get this rolling, and let's learn as we go. Just like in Jump King, we jump up, we fall down, we figure it out. Ballpoint pen tips. Little orbs. Yes, is it still a nib if it's in a ballpoint pen? I don't know. Since 1888, when football was invented, there's never been a moment where a club went up against a country. It's always a country versus country or club versus club. And today, for the first time ever, the club of your hometown, my tiny little club in a town with less than 800 people, is currently playing against the Monaco national team. That's so cool! Hell yeah, making history. That is so fantastic. That's, I love when little events like that happen. That's super cool. Well, congratulations. I hope that they do well, or, you know, even if they don't win, make a good showing for themselves. And also, if I remember correctly, isn't Monaco, like, super tiny? It's like Monaco and Andorra are the two really tiny countries. I guess, like, Liechtenstein, but I'm pretty sure Andorra and Monaco are even smaller. So, how big is your town compared to Monaco by area? 34 minutes, losing 2-23. You know what? Hey, if you score one more point, you've gotten at least 10% of their score, and that is probably better than I could do. I mean, hell, any goal is probably better than I can do, but it's still something fancy. Brain, oh, right, I was going to look up, so ballpoint pen tip nib? Is it still called a nib? A nib is the part of quill, dip pen, fountain pen, ballpoint, or stylus which comes into contact with the writing surface in order to deposit ink. It would still be nibs. Oh my god. Channel points are nibs. I'm kind of down with that. Need to get more recognition for that lovely word. Yeah. So that would be a great thing where, for very simple icon, I can do just a little like brass colored dot. Or if I'm feeling super fancy, anyone familiar with like a calligraphy pen nib? So could try doing one of those, so that you can collect those. I've got like a collection of them, and they're very thin, because they need to be flexible enough to actually like drag across the paper. And they just kind of get everywhere, which I feel is kind of what channel points do. You just build them up, and then you're sitting atop a pile of thousands of them going, man, how do I organize these? So, probably also quite appropriate. Gives us some flexibility. Your town is 34 square kilometers, and Monaco is 2 kilometers squared, so we are significantly bigger than Monaco? Wait, hold up. Monaco square... Monaco area. It's really 2 square kilometers? I don't know how to feel about that. That's... wow, okay. Wonky. 2 square kilometers, that is so tiny. Yeah. Falling off. Boom, boom, boom. Bonk. Okay. Back to the side. Over here. We can push. We've got this. Aha. The notification says pre-roll ads have returned. Dun dun dun. I mean, the Vatican is, you know, like 0.17 square miles. Yeah, no, I'm like, I got that. I don't know why. I don't know. I still thought of Monaco as slightly larger than that. Just in my head. Town casually 17 times bigger than country. Well, isn't that, some of the cities in, like, Alaska, because they aren't, the city limits of them are way larger than the, like, city itself. So I think, if I remember correctly, I think Anchorage is, oh, like 3,500 square miles or something like that, which is not, you know, that is not how big the city itself actually is. And that's, I mean, 3,500 square miles is pretty damn big. That's what? It's not 200 by 200, but like 200 by 20 miles, something along those lines. Wait, no. Yeah, so, somewhere around that. That would be about 4,000. So that's pretty large. I just, man, I thought Monaco was bigger than that, because I thought it was at least as big as like some of the really small island nations in the Pacific, but my god, left key, please. There we go. Your entire country is about the size of Delaware. Oh man, you know what's the left key exactly? Man, that reminds me, I did a little research. I haven't done it for Canada. I should do it for Canada. But I know that in the US, there's a huge number of golf courses. I know that's like an abnormally large amount for the country. And we had to write like just a generic argumentative essay, way back. And it was, God, it was like 2010, 2012 that I did the research, somewhere in there, so like 10 years ago. But at the time, fortunately they were on the decline, but the area of the US that was covered in golf course was equivalent to the area of the states of Delaware and Rhode Island combined. Now, I don't have a good gut feeling of how big Delaware or Rhode Island are, but that's a lot. And if the Netherlands is the same size as Delaware, that means that there is more golf course area in the US than an entire country. I mean, that's true of, I guess, there are apparently golf courses that are probably themselves bigger than a single country, but on their own, but that's insane. Rhode Island is not that big. It's not that big. It's, I think it's about half the size of Delaware. Bleh. Yep. Peter Griffin lives there? What? In Rhode Island? Thought? Oh, I was thinking The Simpsons. I forgot, because... So, The Simpsons are... The Simpsons is set in Springfield, but they never specify where. And to the best of my knowledge, there's, like, 4 or 5 Springfields in the US? Because I looked this up at one point of like, oh, you know, where would that be? And I think... Oh, I can't... Hold on. Are there 1 or 2 capitals of US states that are, that? So, Springfield, capital US state. Because Illinois, Springfield, Illinois. Okay, I think it's only... Yeah, okay. So it's only Illinois that has the capital Springfield. I could have sworn that at one point there was another, like, US capital that was that. But, no, American Dad is in Virginia. Huh. So Family Guy, Rhode Island, American Dad, Virginia, and then Simpsons, generically Springfield. Weird. Stuff like that, I always just sort of wonder, like, why was that decision made? And I will bet you good money that it was probably not a, like, strictly made decision. It was a, hey, we need something to theme it around, let's do it. Okay. Whoop, bonk. Yeah. We jump. Nope. Wow, why am I mucking that one up? Wahaha. Okay. Big jump. Big jump. Nope. Searched up what state do the Simpsons live in, and there's an entire Reddit thread that leads to a Discord about people trying to figure it out. Yep. Well, that's because, again, so it's Springfield, so there are a lot of places named Springfield. It's like, apparently I recently learned there's, like, I think it's Ontario? I believe it's London, Ontario. Which is, what? I has turned thou into a worm? Wait, I'm a fire-breathing dragon now? What? I would love that. And sent on Discord. Ooh, excited. Orb! Do I get to ponder the orb? Hell yeah. Is that the ballpoint nib? That's amazing. The amount of 3D that is for something that I'm assuming you just made super quick, that's, yo. That was the nib. Amazing. Thank you. Oh, and, and there's Wormhon. Oh, we need, someone call Nobo. We need a new, Digbon sprite. Wormhon! Hell yeah! The joys of being able to take whatever form. Oh, that's awesome. If would you mind if I turned that into an emote? I think Wormhon would be fantastic. There we go. Ah. What? There we go. Alright, awesome! We will have Wormhon. Amazing. Wormhon is the emote you spam during a raid, yes! We're digging into a new streamer. Crash. Oh, that's awesome. We have the first meme one. So we'll need to put that in follows then so that everyone is capable of spamming that. I think we'll have both of the smugs be the I guess we'll bump both smug into subscriber tier. Which, man, I feel my brain itches saying things like that. Of like, it's give more free emote slots. I don't want to make these decisions about monetizing myself. Okay, so apparently it has been confirmed Springfield is not a real place and is purely fictional. Okay, so it is not any of the true American Springfields. I gotcha. What about summer spring? By looking at the average weather and how much snow there is on Christmas special episodes. Okay. Or fall spring? We just make a city with every season plus name? Do we have a separate fall spring and autumn spring? By looking at the placement of the sun, it's either Idaho, Indiana, or Kentucky. Are they actually consistent about this? Like, is this something where I can use an almanac and personally figure out where The Simpsons is set based on how the seasons and months are, and based on the celestial travelings of The Simpsons? Because if so, that's honestly mad respect. Oh, bump the head. Okay, figuring this one out. They've been slowly writing off each state for over 2 years. Hot damn. Okay. I am not someone who gets... Oh, okay, we can go there. False King's Castle. So it's no longer the False King's Keep, but the False King's Castle. Interesting. Ah! But like, I'm not someone who, gets to that point with media, but I'm very happy that there are people who do that, because I think it's really cool that you can do stuff like that. And I'm glad that people exercise those skills. In every single episode, every single scene, the sun is always in the correct spot for it to be in one of those 3 states. Huh. Well, hot damn. Good for them for being accurate, I guess. I would not have expected that. But that is something that I have made as an argument to people a number of times of, like, part of why I watch a lot of anime and cartoons is because I have a mild blood phobia. Ooh, hey, there's a coin over there. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What? No. Oh no. That's going to be tougher than I thought. I see shiny. I tried to grab shiny. I tripped, right? Tripped over myself trying to get the shiny. Ah! Know where the Simpsons are set? You know for sure? Where? They're set on TV. True. You could even say they're on the TV set. Ba-dump crash. Technically true. Very nice livery. Animation, there we go. Like, I've made the argument before that part of why I also just enjoy animation in general more. If I'm going to be watching something that I don't think is good, I'd rather it be animated than it be live action. Because I think that the very act of animating it tends to lend itself to doing so, to giving it a bit more care. Because instead of, an actor who can sit there and kind of send in their lines if it's kind of, a lazy bad thing, someone actually had to draw all of those things, which when you're doing a drawing, yes, you can have lazy drawings, but I think there's a tendency of I'm doing this anyway, I'm gonna get it right. So, I feel like you see some more interesting little details. As my mini spiel on why I'm a big fan of animation. And apparently can't be West Virginia because of the Poasse of the grass or something. I'm sorry, Poasse? Poasse? Wait. EI. Okay, what the hell is that? Is that a type of grass? Is a large and nearly ubiquitous family of monocotyledonous monocotyledonous flowering plants commonly known as grasses. Okay, so it's something about the Poaceae is the 5th largest plant family. Okay, so it uses the wrong kind of grass to be West Virginia. Huh. The white border would be better for the emotes as well for Jump King because of that black border with chat. Yep, exactly. I was observing that. I'm like, oh, that's because at least on like dark mode in Twitch for me, whoa, music did a thing. At least for me, like it's a slightly different shade of black. Yeah, and that's something it might actually be smart to like just add a basic white border around the actual model, since I tend to reside in the dark. And there's okay, hold on. Is there any way? Wait, what if I? Okay, so somewhere in between those two. Just so that I am default visible and then it's still more when I speak. Mnem. What was the name of the thing I saw? Also need more emotes. What thing? Wait, which thing I saw? See, this is the problem. I don't remember things that I said even 5 minutes or 5 seconds before. I'm hard of memory. If it's about the animation, that's just sort of a generic thing. Thing that I just saw, search on Wikipedia. Poaceacidae? God. Poaceae, I think. Poaceae. Poaceae. It's a genus of grass, I think. You saw an alien once? Ooh. Were you in your right state of mind? Biology is stupid with its names. They can get to be a lot, but sometimes you get fantastic ones, like, you know, Boops Boops. Poaceae, or Poacea. Yes. Indeed. Waha. Was I in right state of mind when you saw the alien? Correct. Was this a dream? Or you were fully conscious, no sort of mentally altering things. Dead ass saw an alien. Is under the influence of 1 liter of vodka count? I would say there's maybe a little influence there. At the very least, as someone who's a skeptic of aliens actually being able to visit us, makes me feel a little more comfortable. Think some weed too, don't remember. Okay. Not trying to invalidate what you saw, but for me being able to sleep at night makes me sleep a little easier with that out. Said my name and then tried taking your car keys? Weird. Huh. Why did he want your car keys? I guess, I guess if I saw a UFO, I would also want the keys so I could learn how to fly it. Even though that would probably result in horrible, horrible crashes. Well, hey. I really want that frickin' coin. It's right there. I think it would be because it was a clinky sound? Ah, also fair. 10 out of 10 would be distracted by alien clinky, jingly, jangly objects. Oh, hey. Nope. Go back. Okay. Big jump. Too much of a jump. No. We'll get there. I think we'd already be past the screen if I wasn't trying for the coin. Maybe it was a cat? Ooh. I mean, if it spoke to you, then it would either be like Garfield or maybe one of the cats from. Is the musical literally just called Cats? I have never watched it. I have maintained my safety and sanity from this. So if it is indeed just called Cats, I guess it's just, yeah. So perhaps Cats is a good movie? Oh, okay. I've heard a lot of people dunk on it. Did I finish the pumpkin patch? I did indeed finish the pumpkin patch. It was a close thing, but we did, and we've been doing speedruns, which I'm super excited. Yeah. If you have the uncensored version, I did not think that was one of the most concerning sentences I could hear, but of lingo, there's a it's, oh, what's it called? It's one of the other levels in the Endless Stair. Afterward, is that what it's called? So it's you've got like 8 minutes and 30 seconds, and then and it gives you like randomized lingo puzzles. We got the coin. We got the coin. Boom, boom. We got the coin. Oh, afterward. Yeah. Little bit of concern and a little bit more of you. No, correct. Well, I mean, they can censor things that would be fine, right? Like sometimes they'll censor like language, or maybe there was some aspect of it that they thought wouldn't jive with cultures. But yeah, the concept of, if I hear uncensored Cats movie, I am definitely worried about naked cats. You finished Afterward? No, we have not finished. We have worked on Afterward. Said speedrun. Oh, right, sorry, I was trying to indicate the speedrun level. We've gotten to the final room. By the grace of chat reminding me on the Mint puzzle and a number of other things where my poor memory fails me, we have successfully gotten to the last chunk, the final room, probably like 4 or 5 times with around 3 minutes to spare. But we still have not completed it. There was one where we were so close, we got 3 of the words. Yeah, and that's... I'm okay with the word buttholes in chat. That's, again, we will be grateful for Automod whenever we get some sort of hate rate in the future, but in the meantime, it's funny. You've never finished it? I don't anticipate that we will, but I'm having fun going through and learning the process more and more. So the uncensored version was just the first version of the movie where they all had completely visible buttholes and then removed them when they released the movie into public. Okay, so it's a little bit along the lines of the, like, you know, cute little cartoon cats where they draw the X there, and it's like, was that necessary? Probably not. Is it maybe cute on some level? I suppose. I'm not going to argue. Uncensored version is 10 out of 10 movie. I'm still worried about how they're representing that on the costumes, but I'm also kind of curious now. Sigma finished it with 12 seconds remaining and he completely guessed the word. It could have been a lot of words. Well, that kind of seems to be the case with the final room, is it seems to be, okay, can we make this? Nope, okay, so that will hit our heads. He guessed mirror. Ooh, good word. No, it seems like the last room, the final word that you have to get sort of from the yellow anagram part of the puzzle seems really tough because they don't actually, like, give you the entirety of that word to anagram. So I don't know if we'll finish it, but I'm having fun. It's a really fun way of doing it alongside chat, because that's one of the really cool things about Lingo, is getting to, you know, have other people sort of chip in. But I also, you know, for the sake of doing most levels, I'm trying to not, like, spoil or be spoiled on it. Oh, can we and then jump over? Yeah, if we do a slower, slightly less jump, I think that'll be fine. I'm going to do library. We've actually finished library. So far we have finished level 1, level 2, library, and pumpkin patch. So I'm gonna keep doing speedruns for a little bit. The library, I have not done library. Yeah, so I've done those. There's still the, like, weird spatial reasoning one that we need to do, which I'm deeply afraid for, since, as I said in many occasions, spatial reasoning is a big weak suit of mine. But hey, we've been training with Lingo. Yeah, Dreamscape. But so we still need to do that one. And I'm sure there's nothing else. And keep working on Afterward. And I think it'll probably just be mostly Afterward today, because it seems like good vibes. Like, Afterward is something that I think is probably just a fun thing, even when we've completed all of the base game of Lingo. And, you know, we're doing some custom maps. I think, even unrelated to, like, actual puzzle stuff, it's a fun time. It's just good vibes with chat. Whenever you do the ones, may I suggest your map? Yes, you may. So yeah, custom maps are still going to be a little ways off, but I'm excited to see. I know you've got one. I know Sigma's working on one. I know, like, Duolingo and what's the other one? Because there's Duolingo and then Lingo Duo or something along those lines. I have heard are also good ones. We've got a huge list from Pug of ones that he thinks are good. Lee Duongo, thank you. God, that was going to bother me. Been waiting for decades, like 3 months. I will do my best to accommodate. As we do also need to do some more shift pack in Baba. Man, you are... Shift is, I think, far bigger brain than I am. Oh my god, it's the White Raven! I like ravens. Ravens make me happy. Baba is cute. Whoa. Ooh. Ah. Okay, at least it puts us down there. Whoa. We will get there. We will get to the White Raven. Got my map that is mostly finished and also long enough where I could just give it to you and finish it before you get to the unfinished part. Uh-oh. Oh, is this the one with the super long the chains of every color? The chamber. Oh dear god. I like ravens, but you like crows more? I like them both. I'm just generally a fan of corvids. No, that's cat cubed? Oh, okay. So which one is the chamber? I'm confident you've probably spoken about it, and it is not indexed correctly. Heading back to work? Hey, thank you for hanging out, Lumery. It's good to hear from you. Good luck with work, and hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See you in some time? Absolutely. The chamber is a map that only uses, oh, Lingo level 1 colors. Okay. Because I started making it when, oh, yes. I do remember that. Cat cubed, poo cubed. Huh? Oh, you're thinking like scat? Or are you thinking wombats? But gotcha, okay. Yeah, no, that's similar to Baba. I need to figure out how to... I'm someone, I like to play things to completion in most cases, but I also think that's something that can make it a little tough when it's like, oh, hey, I've got... How to phrase? When doing levels from you guys, they're super fun. I enjoy playing them. They're something that motivates me even when I'm not super motivated on the game in general. But I like to do things until they're complete by and large, and trying to sort of switch between things, like with Word Scramble. You know, there were definitely times where I think I did myself a disservice by having other things in the middle, because I sort of lose the thread. But I also think, you know, if we just sit down and go through sequentially, it very quickly can be... Oh, there's some books on the shelf. Okay. I think it can get very quickly to be like a little bit of like, oh, well, why mine, why, you know, why theirs, why not mine and such, which is all of the fun of organizing community stuff. So we'll continue thinking about that quandary of how to make that as good as possible for everyone. Who Cubed is a Geometry Dash reference. Gotcha. Also not done with Word Scramble. Oh, right, because there's a couple of the, you said there were still some bonus levels left, right? Wait, we go here. There's a couple of ones that we haven't found yet. So while and an orb, right? Yes, orb is bonus. Or man, it's been so long since I've collected an orb. I like orbs, but it's you make something into bonus and then that becomes an orb, right? Yeah, I remember. I say very confidently. The Big Falls. Okay. Okay, we go up. There we go. Haha! When I was a kid, I get distracted by marbles easily. I used to have, like an M&M dispenser that I filled with marbles. I don't remember where I got the marbles from. I never played with marbles, but I did absolutely take out the click-clack shinies and was very happy with them. And for Word Scramble, an orb is a bonus. It doesn't do anything except for, yippee! You did it! Awesome. Yeah, because I remember there was at least one level where we accidentally figured out that there was indeed a bonus, but like we couldn't access it at the time or something. So yes, we do need to go back and do that. Played marbles a lot and was good at it too. I had so many kids' marbles. I still have them actually. Okay, so I know who I'm bringing with me if I ever have to go in the Squid Games, so that I can pit you against other people. Man, I enjoyed Squid Games. Squid Game, sorry. That was one, I don't quite understand why it became as big as it did, because I don't know, it was fun. I don't think it was anything super special, but I mean, you know, most things aren't, right? But it was fun. It was just, it kind of surprised me that it got as many people as it did, because it was kind of generic for what it was. But glad that people enjoyed. I think I bought one bag of 20 marbles for €1 at the time. I ended up with over 2,000 at the end. Damn. That investment, that's... So doubling is 100%, so that would be a, 10,000% increase? I'd call that a good ROI on your marbles. I don't know if I've ever shot marbles before, and that kind of seems like a travesty. I need to convince people to do that. Oh, I never mentioned, remember I said I was working on a Rhythm Doctor level like yesterday? Yeah, I already finished it. I have no idea how I did that so fast. Oh, that's awesome! See, sometimes brain goes, this is the thing we are doing. It will be finished. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Huh? Okay, let's go over to the... I was going to try and go under that, so then we could bounce off the wall, but oh well. You confuse yourself? Okay. We'd play marbles every single break in school. Everyone was scared of me. In order to make people even play you, you'd have to wager 20 marbles for one of theirs for it to even be worth the risk for them. Oh my god, you were learning to be a hustler. Marble hustler. My spell correction was actually wrong. Just? Never mentioned. Like yesterday? Yeah, I'll refinish. Yeah, I didn't know where just fit in, so I kind of glossed over it. But you finished the Rhythm Doctor level super fast, which is super awesome. That's so good. I was impressed. The loading screen, I whipped that together in like 20 minutes before stream, so here's to quickly done art to fulfill, or quickly done creative pursuits to fulfill whatever urge or need you have. But no, it's the classic thing of, you know, like the hustler playing on basic reflex tricks, going like, oh, you know, I'll put down a $100 bill and you match it with a $10 bill, and I'll put my hand twice as high as yours, and then basically we'll both grab for it. You have to wait for me to make my grab, but you're closer, so you'll probably get it unless I'm real fast, right? And so people do that, and you know, of course, the hustler is able to grab it first because people tend to not take into account the fact that their reaction time is going to be slower than it's going to take for the person to do it. Or, if you're really skilled, I say all of these things as if they're good. These are not good things. Do not do this to people. If your kid's doing it with marbles, sure. If you're doing this with real money and people's livelihoods, maybe consider something else. But, you know, you let them get it the first time when it's that thing where like, I made $100, and then you convince them to, oh, you know, give me another shot, and you know, I'll go with like 200 this time, match me with 20, and then you get it that time, and it's like, okay, you know, maybe it's a little more 50-50, but my odds are good, right? And then you can fleece them for something really big. Made a loading screen? I did! Here, we can actually, well, you'll see it when we transition between games for an ad break. The little loading screen there. Just a little taste. Because basically, yeah. Because I'm like, okay, if we're doing ads, we should probably, if we're doing ads. If we're affiliating so that we can get all of the fun emotes and stuff, we have to do ads. So based on what people were saying, you know, it sounds like trying to take some actual like little health breaks so people can stand up, move around, all that fun stuff. Myself included, which is probably not a bad idea. Should probably run ads during those breaks. Which is what, wow, I'm focusing more on Jump King than the words I'm saying, which is not great. Basically, since, you know, we're doing ad breaks during health breaks, which I think is a great idea. Figured loading screen for that, so that if there are people subscribed, they've got a little something while we're doing it. And additionally, I know that a lot of folks will start a stream, which is what I tried to do. We'll run like a 3-minute ad break with the loading screen so that people can trickle in, and ad will run while, you know, people don't need to necessarily be worrying about actually watching anything, and then start on up when it's done, and that disables pre-rolls for an hour. I was doing it manually, and my only button for manual ads is 1-minute ads, so we're gonna have to figure that one out. Because I think like a 2 or 3 minute one for basically just like, hey, that's enough time to actually get up, stretch, grab some water, look out the window, go, oh my god, there's an actual day going on out there. But yeah, so figured a nice little loading screen would be a good idea for that. Inking the presses. Obviously I won, but everyone gave the bad kid a marble of theirs, and he got praised for even being brave enough to face me, which is absolutely insane when you think back on it. Oh my god, kids were doing the participation trophies. Oh, that was, I did like track and field, in junior high. And the, like highest level, I was bad at it, to be very clear. I think the only time I qualified in an event, was I did ball throw, and I wrenched my shoulder doing it, like really messed it up. But I got that ball, in a group of 5, I got that ball far enough that it should have been 3rd place. However, they did not count the roll on mine, which is fair, that is how it's supposed to be. But they counted the roll on someone else's, so I ended up getting 4th out of 5, but that was the only time I think that I didn't place dead last in an event, so I'm still quite proud of it. Even though I feel slightly cheated. But that meant that I qualified for the, like, hey, people who did well thing for whatever reason. And they gave out participation ribbons at that. And I don't know, the concept of a participation ribbon for something where it's like, hey, this is something where you are trying to improve yourself and, be the top of your game. I forget what they said on them, but it was something that just felt sort of super patronizing. I'm like, we can tear these up, can't we? Because they're just like light fabric. So I did, and pretty much everyone else followed suit, which tells you just how much the kids really enjoyed those participation ribbons. You on 4th, Big W, hell yeah. As long as there's enough other people not competing, I can place, I can medal. I was reading something about it. I have not confirmed, so do not, take it with a grain of salt. This was something I saw on Instagram, but someone saying that there was a snowboarder, a US snowboarder that had basically no real snowboarding experience, but went, I think it would be fun to participate in the Olympics, and the qualifications at the time were like ranking in the top like 40 or something in enough events. And so she basically just consistently sought out events that had fewer than 40 entrants and qualified. So that is something I would love to verify that before saying, oh, that is a thing that actually happened. But I love the concept of it. It's a good story if nothing else. Oh, oh, oh. Well, hey, there we go. No, damn. We're getting better at that jump. We just need to work on actually bringing it home. Jumping. Yes, so much jump, and lots of falling. Indeed, it is the eternal give and take. But honestly, at least to me, that is part of the fun of this. It's very meditative. You cannot play this if you are actually worried about the falling. And as someone who, gets super anxious about taking those steps, it's genuinely, I think this game gets across a lot. This game is not for you, and that's totally fair. That's legitimately, I got this game because I went, it looks fun, and it's something, I haven't done platformers, and this is something that's going to help me. A lot of the games I play are things, just get bored with the repetition quickly. Well, then yeah, I think if I was playing this just as me, I would go insane, but using it as a thing to be doing while talking to people so that it's sort of a shared experience, it's an absolute blast. I find it very meditative. I have done I did do the original level a little bit on my own after beating it, and it is still fun. But yeah, I am someone who struggles a lot with just like doing things like affiliating. That was something, part of why I'm like, okay, fine, we're just gonna do this and figure this out as we go, is because that terrifies me. So I'm doing it scared. Which is something I'm trying to get more in the habit of. And I think Jump King is genuinely a fantastic exercise in practicing that skill of, you gotta make the jump to progress. And you're probably gonna fall. You're going to fall more often than you climb, but that's okay. That's surmountable. I am confident enough to continue on and pick myself back up, and that's... Whenever I hear people say like, oh, video games are a waste of time, I do get very upset about that. Because, and the concept of like, oh, video games are ruining children and TV and da-da-da. Similar to therapy. You get out of it what you put into it. I have played a lot of games where I have been spaced out and not getting anything out of it. That's part of why I started streaming, was so that I would focus in on them more as a hobby. And I have gotten so many good things out of games. And, I could take this as a rage game. I could take this as a thing that I am doing to get to the top. But that's not what it is. What it is an exercise in being okay with falling. And in that regard, it succeeds so amazingly. Same thing with getting over it when I played that on my own. That was something that did huge work for me in the mental health department and just developing better mechanisms for coping with anxiety. Remember when gaming got you a job? Oh, that's awesome. How so? Ever get bored of repetition? It's your favorite way to play games? typically I don't do super well with like a highly repetitive game loop, but something like this, when I'm giving myself over to it, because that's like genuinely, like, this will sound very cheesy, but this is life in a microcosm, right? Life is about, you don't know, you cannot be confident on the next jump, but you take it and you learn a little bit more from the next one, and you're gonna keep scraping your knee, you're gonna keep falling down, but you keep moving forward and you learn a little bit more as you go, and you become a hopefully better and better person for it. Today I learned that Apple makes it difficult to even share photos with people who have Android phones. How embarrassing. Yeah, that's... I do not have a problem with people who use Apple devices. If they like them, if they like the integrated stack, go for it. Like, no shade. But the company of Apple itself, yeah, that model bothers me a lot, and you will not catch me using an Apple device. So I had a job interview and the guy asked, "Oh, do you play Genshin Impact?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Fuck yeah, you start tomorrow." Good bonding, not even kidding, didn't work there for long. But no, I mean, like, that's fair. Like, that wasn't something where it was that wasn't what got you the interview, but that was something that allowed you to actually, like, bond with the person, which is pretty darn awesome. Model works because it's brand loyalty to the extreme. Their customers allow it. Well, yeah, it is something where people are able to... It is an inbuilt monopoly, essentially. If anything, most of them like it. Yep. Because, like, genuinely, I have talked to people about this, and I can understand... Oh, God. Duh. I can understand the reasons people have for liking Apple. Apple is worse the Samsung too, or than Samsung, and more expensive. Yeah, it is definitely not my it is not my cup of tea. I've heard some people talk about why they like it. Typically people who are less technologically literate. I can understand that. They are selling... Apple is selling essentially a easy to use service, all things considered, within their domain. Wow, that was like the worst way to lose momentum. The only reasonable explanation I've got from someone is that it has better security, from someone technically literate. Yeah, no, like, the way they partition definitely helps a little bit, but most of the people I know that use them are people who are not as technically literate, and so I can understand that. Every other reason you heard makes no sense to you. Gotcha. Yeah, so it's like, you know, I can understand that for some people, the ability to mess around with it, you know, the people who there are a lot of people that get overwhelmed by things like Windows, so I can understand why they use Mac OS. I think that's crazy. I think that it does a pretty good job and doesn't take a whole lot to get on board with it, but there are some people where it is a big and overwhelming thing, so do what you gotta do. But yeah, as someone who uses my phone for development sometimes and such, and, you know, I program. I am aware of how my technology works to the extent that I need to be, and sometimes a little more, sometimes less than I like, and I keep working on that. So yeah, for me, it's I do not personally understand it, but I can accept people who do. The people who try and use it as like, oh, you have an Android phone, wow, you must be cheap. If they're doing it as like a fashion statement, F off. I would understand if the price was competitive. It's not, but there are a lot of people where that convenience is worth the price. There are also a lot of people that want to buy it, it seems, because it's like buying Supreme branded something or other, because look at me, I've got money and I'm wearing it, which, no. I ask Apple phone users why they prefer it over Samsung and why they always bring up the camera. Like, if I wanted to take pictures, I'd buy a freaking camera. The thing is, the actual camera's on even some of the other ones. I've got, like, I think mine's a, Google Pixel. It's got a fantastic camera for what it is. Like, that is better than some of the dedicated cameras that I remember having growing up. Like, it's genuinely amazing. Hey! Welcome in, Essie. Yes, indeed, there are points, there are, emotes. We have affiliated. So we're still learning how to swing that, but we're doing our best. Please bear with. Yeah, 700 points. Ayo. I was looking into it because I'm like, I know it took me a very long time to get rolling on this. I would love to, like, grant people who have been watching for a while, like, oh, give y'all 10,000 points or something. But apparently you can refund points for certain redeems if like they aren't completed, but you can't just give people points. Always keep the first badge thingy? I think so. I'm not, again, I haven't subscribed to anyone, but yeah, so it's founder, I think it's the founder badge. So I think that should stick around as a badge, but I am unfamiliar. But yeah, so that is something where if you've got emote ideas or channel point redeem things that you would love to see, throw them in the suggestions channel, or bring them up, and then I'll throw them in the suggestions channel because I suck at remembering things, and I will see what I can do about them. I have a Samsung, but sucks. So now you have a Pixel. It's all right. Yeah, I've got the Pixel because I got a good deal on it, trading in previous phone, and I've been very happy with it. It does what I need it to do. My only grumpiness is that sometimes the voice assistant, I almost said the words that summon it, can be annoying. Yes, ooh, thingies, yes, the emotes we've got in Discord thanks to Pug, and I will be, after stream, I will be adding a little white outline so that they pop out a bit more and are not just eyes in the dark. And Lumery very kindly has provided us with a pen nib ball for our channel points, which will be nibs, and also a Johann worm, which we'll be adding to the follower emotes, bumping out the smug one so that we've got a good goofy spam raid emote. What? You're so confused. We went from being 224 down to being 26 to 26? We were literally drawing against an entire country? Hell yeah. Go Alyssa's hometown. Kick Monaco's butt. I feel like that's almost, like, yes, losing 2 to 24 would be a kind of embarrassing thing on some level, but again, yeah, you're against an entire country. I'll give you that. It would almost be more embarrassing to have that much of a lead and then have someone dunk on you that hard, catching up that fast. That's whew. Even if you guys don't win, I think that's a win in our hearts. Oh my god, it's been like an hour. See, that's also one of the nice things about Jump King is time can go away. Not gonna lie, they had us in the first half, literally. So let's get back up to the keep, which will probably be another like 10-15 minute endeavor somewhere in there, and then we will take a little break. Crazy. We'll take a little, like, I think it'll probably be 1 minute, since I'll try and figure that one out. We'll call it 3 minutes, even if I can't run ads the entire time for it, because I think 3 minutes is a good amount for people actually getting up and doing things. Like, I want it to be functional. So we'll take like a little 3-minute break with the loading screen and such, grab some water, stretch, etc. And then we'll be back loading up some Lingo afterward. Jump King Lingo and Outer Wilds are all time go away games. Honestly, yeah, they are all very good at that. Which I think is nice. they're all good for just sort of bopping along, having fun with y'all, having some good chats. Love it dearly. Honestly, I feel like most games are, really. They're like Hollow Knight, there were some times where it's like, we're trying this over and over again, and you felt the time, but most of the time it was kinda good. Johann, is time go away content? Hell yeah. Time go away with occasional, mildly educational insertions. Asides, that was the word I was looking for, because insertions is a weird word. But yeah, so that's the rough short-term plan. Want Johann as my teacher. Well, I do occasional tutoring for free because I don't know how to value my time. Gimme. So far it's just been for like helping out some folks with their math GED. Howdy do. Just wanted to let you know that I made a low-quality doodle of the character that I posted in Discord. Feel free to check out whenever, not urgent in any way. I will absolutely take a look. Welcome in, Arthropod Wizard. How's it going? Oh my god! That's adorable! Oh, that's so cute! Thank you. That's we've got a number of the spilling ones, which I love. That's where people go of, oh no, I've spilled. Thank you, Arthropod Wizard. Welcome in. And yes, Spitta, you are correct. Subs do get a lack of ads. But I'm trying to be clear because I am someone who gets embarrassed about money related things that currently there are no sub emotes or anything of the like. So if you're going to do such a thing, just be aware. Got whether I looked at Hyper Rogue, I'm sure I've mentioned. Yes, we looked at Hyper Rogue during the 12-hour roguelike stream. It was interesting. It is one I might revisit at some point. It is not really my speed. It feels I think it's fantastic for people who are really interested in getting into technical nitty-gritty of games. I am not quite there on it. So I can understand why you enjoy it. It's just not really my cup of tea. But yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling up because I'm real bad with names. I haven't got Arthropod. We're going to call you Arthropod, or because that will help me remember. If there's something you would prefer to be called, please let me know. That will just help me actually remember. But thank you, Arthropod. That is super cute, and I appreciate. It makes me happy that people see little art that I basically doodled so that I could just get streaming, and that it makes them go, oh my god, let's also make art. That's super cool. So thank you for sharing that, and it's always fun to see that everyone's like, ah yes, spill the ink. The thing I like about Johann Spills is that he has complete control over his ink. He just chooses to lay down. It feels like a big brother playing along to amusement. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, you sit up straight all day? It's nice to lie down on the couch. So if someone spills me, of course I'm going to take the opportunity to melt. Arthropod made art, yes! Oh my god, Arthropod. That's also so good. I didn't even pick up on it. But yeah, no, I know it's a lot of thinking. I don't mind thinking in games. It's one that seems to require people to be, it's a lot of reading, and it's very knowledge heavy, I guess. I enjoy thinking in games. I'm not as much into the knowledge aspect, if that makes any sense. Like, I enjoy playing a game of chess. I like making the decisions. I'm not as into memorizing openings and play patterns. Because if you haven't noticed, I have a terrible memory. And get kind of easily overwhelmed with that. Arthropod. Honestly, that's such a good username idea, isn't it? That's actually that's perhaps as a little words. I forget, is it a 1 month or a 2 month turnaround on changing your username? Because either is like an alt account or a name change for like the month of April as an April Fool's thing. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. The different lands do have general strategies that work better than others, but it's also surprisingly open-ended. Yeah. It's just a lot of the aspects of the lands themselves. I'm not at a point in my life where I want to sit down and figure out what all the lands do. I enjoy watching you stream it, and how I enjoy listening to you explaining it. Because I enjoy hearing people talk about stuff they're super interested in, even if I am not. I guess the easiest way for me to put it is I am genuinely, yes, we do. I am genuinely and truly interested in what other people have to say when they are themselves interested in it. I have listened to someone give me a lecture for 2 hours on sewer grate design. Have I retained all of it? No. I did have a takeaway that there is one state in the US, Washington State, and I believe it's Toronto in Canada, where the design of sewer grates has been specifically changed by a public mandate because they are both very bike-heavy areas. And as opposed to the traditional straight line sewer grate designs, which allow bike tires to like drop into them if they're thin enough, they've switched to a herringbone design. So it's sort of angled so that you're not going to get a bike tire in there. And I'm genuinely interested in that. It has gotten me to look at sewer grates more. I'm not going to go into sewer grate design myself, but I've carried that with me. I think Hyper Rogue is going to occupy a similar space for me of, I've learned a little bit about it. It's really fun for me hearing about that. That made the experience of playing the original Rogue even more cool, because it's fun understanding how people have taken that and built upon it. Because like the Orb of Yendor is a reference to the Amulet of Yendor and things like that. But I'm probably not going to be doing deep Hyper Rogue runs anytime soon. Boko's Minted? What's that? We've time to talk about the most unusual Hot Wheels car. Ooh, more Hot Wheels lore. Exactly. Because we talked about the one that had the serial number 1, right? Hey, welcome in, Skeleglitch. How's it going? Fun fact, a monad is a monoid in the category of endofunctors. Were endofunctors the thing that you were talking about the other day, where it was the like the AB oh god, it was the double negative essentially for the co-functors. No, so different thing. Endo versus co, because we determined that hot cocoa is hot ah. See, I do eventually get there sometimes. Twitch didn't give me the notification again, and also I didn't notice how much time has passed with your puzzling. Hey, I'm glad that people are having fun with the puzzling. I did. I got some good progress on the right-hand pole in the puzzle, and a little bit of some of the signs, because I'm like, I recognize the hiragana. We can work with that. So I'm glad. But yeah, welcome in. Hot Wheel number 1, the police car from Denmark. Right, that was it. I was like, I was thinking it was a fire engine, but yes, okay, so police car. Johan, look at the progress you made. Yeah. Ooh, I will take a peek, probably after stream. Or did you put it in Discord? Boom, boom, boom. Just a bit ago, I was playing the demo for a game called Elementalist. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Diamond thought Bernard is unwanted. I did see that, and yet came around to, ooh, what if we did that as a puzzle? That would be, I think that would be a very genuinely difficult puzzle. Maybe it's like an April Fool's low piece count. Yeah, like the puzzle is something that for me is like, oh, let's do that as a nice. It's a nice way to sort of spend chill time off stream, is the way I view it, because that's something. I've got a couple of puzzles going with long distance friends that I use as sort of a way to keep in touch. Sometimes we go for like 3 months without doing anything on them, but then we'll check in and it's like, oh, we'll get this thing figured out, and then I log on in another 3 months and it's like, oh my god, they got this other thing figured out, and after 2 years we finally complete a puzzle. I'm obviously being a little more active with these ones, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fun sort of chill way for people to feel like, I feel like being social, but I'm not, necessarily actively. Like, I proposed it because I thought it would be a fun community thing, and I am definitely someone who I will get to points where I'm like, I want to be social with people, but talking or like actually hanging out is a lot to ask, but I can sit and I can move pieces around. Post in Discord, sick. So I'm like, I would love to try and help create a community space where people can get together to do that. Oh my god, yo! Hell yeah, we've got most of that post now, you got all of that connected through, and you worked on some of the really hard stuff. Because yeah, those are really difficult. But once you start getting some things to work off of, you can start filling in. Nice progress. Hell yeah. Impressive. Chuggin'. I'm super glad. That makes me really happy. The puzzle platformer, where you have 4 different element crystals that you can pick up. That each give you a different one-use movement option. Okay, so similar to how a lot of the Hyper Rogue mechanics are operating on, because the combat is movement-based, a lot of them are altering the terrain and your movement. Okay. Bottom is worse. Yeah, because those are like absolute black. Friendly reminder, you are able to change the background color of the puzzle area. So if there's pieces that are real tough, it's a good way to make them pop. Like the water crystal is an upward boost, the air crystal is well, no, I get that it's not exactly like Hyper Rogue. I'm just in the concept of it is dealing with movement mechanics. But okay. Love 2D getting over it. Hey, I mean, getting over it is functionally 2D, yeah. Yeah. So we're trying to get back up. We had gotten to the False King's castle. We're trying to get back up there. Well, yeah, okay. I was clarifying for my sake. It's still a cute way to refer to Jump King. My memory is very bad, so I need to confirm some of these jokes. Tried getting into speedrunning Jump King. I think 45 minutes on level 1 is probably about all I'll be able to do. As 3D models, this is true. It's built in 3D for a 2D thing. Also, sorry, I know, Alyssa, you said, currently have a chess match going on where you get an infinite amount of time to think about your moves. We have agreed to do about a move each day. It is currently day 54. Oh my god, so you're essentially recreating... It's like playing chess by mail, but on the internet? That's fun. You can collect multiple crystals and they'll form like a stack. Oh, so you can get like extra super duper boosts? Maybe I should be done with puzzle for now. Apparently I've been doing it for 2 hours and forgot to eat. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Get some food. Food important. Health break important. We will all be taking a little health break once we get back to the castle. Possibly sooner. I was thinking it would be a 10 to 15 minute endeavor, but I'm back. Don't tell anyone. But yes, I'm not the ultimate Jump King. I hear about most effed up character? Yes! You had said send in Discord, and I didn't see it. I would absolutely love to learn more about that. So you get water, then fire, then air, and you press ×3, and you press X 3 times to use air, then fire, then water. A stack is in the data structure, not... Oh, okay, so it's not... You're not stacking up a large quantity of them, but you're forming a first FIFO queue. You forgot. No worries. I also forgot because I was like, oh, I'll need to ask when they're in stream again, and then obviously I promptly forgot because again, memory not great. In one brain cell, out the other. We lost against Monaco, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm giving you guys the moral victory. You got what, like 24 points in the second half? That's a pretty darn big comeback. So you collect a crystal to push the stack, and then press X to pop from the stack. Gotcha. Don't get it? Alyssa likes breadsticks. Offering breadstick. It is how Alyssa forms bonds with other people. It's a very simple interaction. I've been hypothetically trapped in a cardboard box because I went for the breadstick. So our most effed up character is named David Fritz. He used to be a scientist before becoming the entity he now is. Okay. We love scientists that do things that perhaps maybe they shouldn't for the sake of everyone around them. Can always create some good compelling characters. Okay. Bigger jump. That was pathetic. Okay. Focusing up. Jump. Jump. Mr. Fritz is now a walking maple SU syrup can. Truly horrific. What next? He'll be a bag of milk? He's a living, breathing flesh suit used as a carnival mascot. Okay. Huh. Like, do people wear him while he's alive? Or does he just kind of vibe without skeletal or muscle structure? Okay. I can kind of get behind this. At least he gets to see funny carnivals, and I don't know. I don't know what it would be like to be worn, but if cuddling people is nice, maybe the ultimate... No, that's still weird to think about. What? How do carnivals find that profitable? Oh, I guess like sideshows and whatnot. Like, I don't know, isn't there... Oh, what was his name? There was a famous philosopher that, is still on display at, some British college, I think. Hold on. Which ethicist was taxidermied? Jeremy Bentham. There we go. Jeremy Bentham, English philosopher and jurist. This guy. Ooh, 1.2 times the amount of channel points. I did forget about that one. Ba, ba, ba. Hold on. There's... Oh, Death and the Auto Icon. Bentham died on the 6th of June, 1832, aged 84. He had continued to write up to about a month before his death and made careful preparations for the dissection of his body after death and its preservation as an auto icon. As early as 1769, when Bentham was 21 years old, he made a will leaving his body for dissection to a family friend, the physician and chemist George Fordyce, whose daughter Maria Sophia married Jeremy's brother Samuel Bentham. A paper written in 1830 instructing Thomas Southwood Smith to create the auto icon was attached to his last will. And yeah, so this is in 2020. This is his body. Speed run, let's go. Hey, speed run to tuberculosis. It ain't the owner had a grudge against him after he caused his wife's death. Ah, gotcha. So he's keeping around just out of spite. Damn. But yeah, I mean, some people are into that. Some people are like, yo, F me up with that self-taxidermy. If it should so happen that my personal friends and other disciples should be disposed to meet together on some day or days of the year for the purpose of commemorating the founder of the greatest happiness system of morals and legislation, my executor will from time to time cause to be conveyed in the room in which they meet the said box or case with the contents therein, to be stationed in such part of the room as to the assembled company shall see meet. He's literally like, hey, if my friends are getting together to celebrate me, let's just put my body in there, aight? Because I believe he was the father of utilitarianism. So that's just fun little tidbit for you. Oh, by the way, David Fritz is in constant agonizing pain. That does make it a less appealing proposition, I suppose. If I died, I'd like to be Halloween decorations. Well, I think I've talked about it briefly. I haven't set it up, but I have found that there are bookbinders who purport to be willing to work in any material, and that seems to include human skin. I would love to put my head in cryonic freeze, because I think it would be cool if I could come back, but that's expensive, so probably not. I think it would be really fun to, it's not that expensive, to pay for the maintenance of cryonic freeze. It can get kind of pricey because, you know, I guess I could set like a term on it, but otherwise it's something that is still like, it's a couple hundred. You can buy life insurance that pays for cryogenic freeze. Oh, huh. I had not come across that. I'd looked into it briefly, but most of what I'd seen was private subscriptions that were on the order of a couple $100 per year, and yeah. Although the other part of my issue with it is that the current methods of doing it don't really handle the fact that ice crystals form very well. They use some antifreezes, but the antifreezes are ones that are toxic to the cells, so it's sort of like, it's probably not super worth it. But who knows? Maybe some good stuff working with, like, you know, the little springtail insects that produce natural antifreeze. Maybe something will help there. Basically, you get life insurance. But for your chance at being reanimated, then use the life insurance to fund the cryogenics. Huh. I'll have to peek into that more. Yeah, like I'm interested in that, and then I would love, like, ideal world. I know this is deeply weird. Judge me how you will. I think it would be fun to have a commemorative barbecue to willingly give people an ethical chance to, hey, I am not using this meat anymore. If you have ever wondered what human has tasted like, here's your chance. There's literally, I am fine with it. You aren't having to hurt anyone. This is a perfectly ethical way to do it, if you so desire. I also want to be very clear. I do not want to inflict that on anyone. Like, I don't want that to be something that, like, people are like, oh, I guess I'm obligated to eat part of my former friend. Solved 4-3? Oh, is that, is that 4-3 in what? Yeah, 4-3 in what? Yeah, so, like, don't want to inflict that on people, but would love to give people the opportunity, and then I would love my skin to be used for, like, bookbinding. Ideally, I think it would be really funny to, do, like, books that no one, there's no good reason for people to do. The Elementalist demo. Okay, awesome. That's what I was suspecting, but was not positive. I would love, like, I don't know, a copy of the first book of Twilight or something to just be bound in human skin and dropped off at, like, a half-price books or some other, like, you know, used bookstore chain. So that sometime in the future, someone's, you know, browsing the shelves and they come across, I'm sorry, is this Twilight bound in human skin? I don't know. To me, that is the type of legacy I would love to leave. Something that's mildly confusing but gives people a great research project and adds, I consider that whimsy. I think the world needs more just interesting things going on that imply more beneath the surface. Seen too many friends and others becoming vegetarian or vegan and struggle with it and give up. Yeah, to try it yourself. My grandfather has actually done a, he's not fully vegan, but he tried to readjust a lot of his eating habits to be more vegan, but he travels a lot, so it's something where he can't, like, fully manage that while still, like, you know, not going absolutely insane trying to find vegan food in some of the places he's going. But, like, I think the idea of, like, soft veganism of, hey, you know, I'm going to try and cut that out. I have not researched it a whole lot. I'm not, you know, confident on health benefits, but if that is something that people are trying to do to eat healthier, just moving, you don't have to be strictly something, you can move towards something. If you're doing it for, like, ethicality towards animals, that's a whole different thing, and that's gonna take a whole lot, that takes a whole lot of dedication. Okay, so Twitch Mobile was at first a bit like YouTube, where you scroll past the streams of people you follow, seeing a little thumbnail in the title, but for some reason it's like TikTok now. You just scroll past streams and choose what to watch, and that way, and it's just unnecessary. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Reddit about the mobile updates being real bad. I have not used Twitch on mobile, so I do not know. I am sorry if it is that miserable, because I think there's a lot of places that are trying to move towards, like, short form content and TikTok-esque because TikTok is so successful and it's not, just like carcinization, maybe it's not actually optimal. Fun fact, my Wendigos in my story were made a donation program so they could work in society. People who are willing to donate a limb will have the selected limb given to a Wendigo on death. Nice, so it's like an organ donation thing. Sick. Know a couple of folks who have done that instead. Yeah, and that's, as with many things, it's weird how often a middle road is actually one of the best ways for sustainability. Yeah, Twitch mobile sucks. Okay. Big sites that run on ads aren't trying to give you a good experience, they're trying to increase time on site. Exactly. They're trying to increase the amount of eyeballs on ads. So making the site harder to navigate is a feature, not a bug. Uh-huh. Alright, we're kind of in a loop here, so I think I'm going to wrap up Jump King for today. We'll give it like a little minute of transition time, but we're gonna wrap it up because I am not making. I think the goal I set is going to take longer than is reasonable. I would love to get to running some more afterward, so we're going to take a 3-minute break here in a moment. There will probably be a 1-minute ad since I don't know how to run 3 minutes manually. We'll figure that one out, but it'll be 1-minute ad, 2 minutes of loading screen. I'll probably be hanging out in chat just a wee bit, making sure everyone has a chance to get up, take a break, stretch their legs, grab some water, and then we will go into some afterward. So, all right, hey, at least we're back up here. Thank y'all. We are going to move on and do some collaborative speedruns. Hell yeah. Excited for that. Genuinely having a lot of fun. Fun fact, made Wendigos more like dreads. I'm unfamiliar with that. I will happily ask more about that in just a moment. But yeah, to the loading screen, and then we'll be back in... Oh, dryads. That makes more sense. All right, we will be back in about 3 minutes. Hang around if you feel like it. If not, take this as a good time to transition to your next thing in the day. Be back soon. Bye.